There's friend Yura. Hello, friend.
But I've learned I've sliced. Please do not stain.
Which means Eleonora's coming for us. She can try. Anyway, we got jump attacks. Oh, she's got jump attacks as well. But we've got magical flying jump attacks too. And yeah, she's dead. Well done, everyone. Now, is there any other Site of Grace nearby that we should be picking up? Can we just drop down here and get the Bower Site of Grace quite easily? It looks like it's probably a safe drop. Well, I mean, there's probably woodfolk down here that will try and murk us, but... yeah, pretty safe. Those guys continue to be toughies. And we should probably move Corrin along, because if anyone's going to be using his incantations, it will be Yuki. If he could teach us how to throw cool discs of light at people or something like that, although we might not have the intelligence for it. Yuki is a stupid cat. Whoops. What happens if we just drop off the side of that? Okay, we missed the floor. That's fine. I was expecting a double jump to happen, but for whatever reason it didn't. Okay, that jump was also fatal. Fair enough. That's what you get for cutting corners. I mean, it's not like we even need to be here. Although if we do head round and head to the old temple, get the other sacred tear, we can pick up a Site of Grace that will let us into Leyendell through the back way, and that also lets us get to those 4 gold seeds that we're after, so it's not the end of the world coming this way. Whilst we're here, we may as well murder a bunch more peasants, in case they drop cool hats for us. Nope, no hats today. Although I did at some point see an intriguing message around here, which was try night, then something might happen, so maybe we'll pass time till nightfall, see if anything exciting happens around here. And before it does, we'll just kill these peasants again, because why not? Hats? Nope. Yeah, offer armor, noble. Give us your cool gear. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything terribly exciting happening here at nightfall. Maybe it requires us to be elsewhere. A bit further down, maybe. Or maybe the message was just fibbing. Or I've gone in an unexpected direction to where it was suggesting we be. Who knows? Do you lads have armour for me? Oh no, you're just regular ass foot soldiers. I don't want your armour, really. Lightning round. Yay. Maybe we want lightning at some point. Or maybe that's more strength scaling. Maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe I shouldn't be terribly worried about the scaling, and I should be more worried about the damage types and whatnot. Like, if I'm fighting an enemy that's weak against lightning, even if the scaling's bad, it's probably still better than using another damage type, right? Dragon Bolt Blessing. Does that one require int as well as faith? Nope, just faith. Bolsters our body with lightning. Should probably look into some of these at some point, see what use we can get out of them. But now we can sneak into Leyendell's outskirts, grab ourselves those gold seeds, which is the main reason I came back to Altus at this point in time. Still no fancy clothes. Ugh. Bloody Torchman. The deadliest enemy in Souls. Or similar games. That lad, though. You get to live. I have no quarrel with you in particular. You can die, though. Somber 5. Excellent. Although we need Somber 7. We can get one of those from Volcano Manor, though. This is known. So maybe we should be heading over there at some point on Old Ukes. I mean, I just like the place, so I'll probably end up doing it on everyone. Ah yes, that Site of Grace that I just keep missing on everyone. Well, old Yuki's found it. You there. Give me your loots. No, I should probably speak to these crones a bit more.
You're the fingers I served once prophesied a tarnished would one day become Elden Lord and restore the Golden Order. Surely you see it too. The gold that enshrouds the heavens. The great tree which begets the pillars of light. Oh, tarnished, hasten to the foot of the tree. And whatever you might face, the fingers will surely guide you.
Okay, I guess that's why I don't talk to these crones more, because they just don't say anything useful whatsoever. But dang, plus 10 flask. I'll have to try and get everyone else that level before we venture into Leyendell. Now, was there another gold seed over here somewhere? There was a dust up with, like, putrid tree spirit or whatever they are. Was it in the vicinity of these ruins, though? Maybe. That would explain why this boy is hanging around. Is that not a boy? I was going to say that's a boy, surely. That's definitely a boy. Why are there always warrior pots around these tree spirits as well? That's a mystery I haven't answered, I don't think. Oh, Site of Grace here. I did not know that. So I haven't actually been this way on anyone yet. Bloody hell. The Golden Order seal. Isn't that the seal that's like super strong? If you've got int and faith. I think it is. Boosts fundamentalist incantations, yep. Fundamentalism is scholarship in all but names. Scales incantations using both int and faith, yes. Good. So where was it I came then when I went over here? So I'm sure I found like a dilapidated caravan or something. And then a tree spirit emerged and I was like, what are you doing here, you big idiot? And then I killed it and got a gold seed. You look a bit less putrefied than the rest. And you've dropped a guardian mask, that's fine, I guess. You're just chilling. That's fine, we'll deal with you. Doggo. Bad dog. Down. Another guardian mask, okay. So it wasn't a special drop off that one lad, it's just a drop off those guys in general. There it is, that's the camp. Where I found our friend. Oh, he just falls out of the sky, does he? Get him, boys! Nope. The boys are getting ruined. I'm getting ruined. I've been gripped, I think. Yeah, we're dead. Good job, Ukes. No point in having posh flasks with plus 10 healing if we're not actually going to use the bloody things, is there? Why have we got a strength knot crystal tier on our flask? I feel like the stamina one is better if we're using jumping attacks with both weapons. We'll keep the healing on there though, because I just like having a healing component on that flask if it's going to sit on my barb. So if I'm accidentally using that one instead of a crimson, I'm still getting healed. Although I could always just turn it into a prep flask that I use before combat begins. Let's get a quick heal off there. Get back into the fight. At least we can't really be grabbed whilst we're on our horse. No, is that just a general explodo? I think so. That's you stunned, so we'll get some more charged R2s. Can't quite see what you're doing at the moment. It's probably nothing major, because you look almost dead this time. Yeah. There we go. Good work surviving demi-humans. And there's that last golden seed we were looking for. Nice. Right, should we try and actually deal with these skelly bones instead of just getting killed by them? Yep. That bugger's awful. Stop doing whatever that is. Terrible ass. Just get dead. And stay dead. Thank you. And we'll get a level, I think. 33 bigger. Still not huge, but it's alright. Does merchant friend have anything for us? Nothing of major interest. Sells an infinite amount of festering bloody fingers, though. Why are you selling those, you weirdo? Eh? Eh? Don't make me push my scythes into your face. I'll do it. I'm crazy. Yeah, he's probably alright. Now let's pop up and see what old Ran Ran's got to say for herself. Hello.
Oh, again we cross paths. I believe I said my name was Rena. It pleaseth me to see but tarnished. I have no
Yeah, we're not here for any real
reason
reason.
in particular, though claim intriguing. Wilt thou end? I am the wit that I might won well.
Yeah, we'll
see.
serve.
Thou art a what I require is I anticipate. Good. Art thou aware of the star that struck Limgrave? It left a vast crater, and through it lieth the eternal city of Nokron. Go there to find the city's hidden treasure.
We can do that.
Ah, yes.
Dialogue changed a bit there because we've already opened Nokron. I'm sure the dialogue would have changed again if we'd already found Nokron's hidden treasure before we came and spoke to her. Maybe we'll end up doing that on someone. Just rock up with a quest item. And she'll just be like, what is going on here?
Oh, you've defeated a grand reward. Again, the Carrion Aye. Let us give together.
That dialogue might have been different as well, so I probably shouldn't have skipped that, but too late now. Where's Blythe? Is Blythe already buggered off somewhere? Is he currently down in Nokron or something like that? I'm sure I should have run into him by now.
I ask.
And Sullivan doesn't have any new dialogue because he's a twat.
If it were up to but who?
Good stuff. Now we're free to travel about once again. Or throw ourselves off the edge on our horse like that ghost dude did a minute ago. So we should probably go and find Salivus's hidden basement of perversion. See what's going on over there. And then go and talk to the lad himself. If we must.
Good. Now I shall handle. Fine. I expect.
And so we've got his potion for Nepheli. I have no plans to give that potion to our barbarian waifu. Haven't spoken to Gideon in a while.
Journey to the capital. Two fingers. You maybe.
And yeah, we can show him Sullivan's potion.
Is that potion what I think it is? Bloody Sullivan. I suppose he's up to something again. Oh, I won't interfere. You go ahead and do what you must. The Round Table has no code to speak of. But I ask you this. Are you really going to do the bidding of that twisted dolly botherer? Or would you rather hand that potion to me and see if we can't get one over on the bastard?
Yeah, that sounds like a plan. We don't like the old dolly botherer, which is a great term, by the way.
Good. I'll dispose of the potion myself. You go and see Sullivan, but don't give anything away. Just tell him that you tricked your mark into drinking the potion, as planned. Despite knowing next to bloody nothing, he's so far up his own arse he won't suspect a thing. His inevitable display of arrogance will certainly be a sight to behold.
Nice. Thanks, Gideon. You're not completely awful. Hello, friend Salivus. I've done exactly as you asked and nothing else.
Ah, so you made Nepheli drink the potion. Well done. You are a touch more useful than I had thought. Very well. Then you shall have your gift. Knowledge of the sorcerous arts under the tutelage of the great preceptor Selvis. I doubt much of it will lay within the grasp of a mere tarnished, but if you put your mind to it, perhaps you won't embarrass our lady.
Perhaps.
You wish to begin right this moment? Well, your impatience, though boorish, is understandable. Let's have at it.
Right, what are you going to tell us, my friend? Let's see. Carrying phalanx, retaliation. That's an art of war, isn't it? Sorceries. Oh no, it's just a sorcery. I'm sure there's a carrion retaliation as well, which is an art of war, but maybe I'm incorrect. Wouldn't be the first time. Now let's talk about your creepy bedroom, Selvis.
You break into a man's private chambers, rooting about as you please. Your oafishness knows no bounds. Fine and well. You tricked Nepheli and had her drink the potion. I believe that makes you my accomplice. You yearn for a puppet of your own, hmm? Well, normally one of your stature would never be allowed. But perhaps I can make a very special exception. Now, choose.
Nice. So we could get Finger Maiden Theralina. Spirit of the Finger Maiden who never met the tarnished she was meant to guide. So she's a healer. A maiden without a tarnished without a maiden. Was she supposed to be our maiden? And then got killed somehow, probably by Vare. Or we could get the Jar White puppet. Spirit of a man who wished to become the innards of a living jar. So he throws around pots and jars. The warrior jar once told the nameless man, "You are not ready to join the warriors inside. No, you must apply yourself, better yourself, and one day I will return for you." I mean, that seems fun. Guy with a jar on his head. What could go wrong? Talk to me about Nepheli.
So, you had Nepheli drink the potion? Truly? Then perhaps something was amiss with it.
Oh no.
It's concocted from the finest ingredients, but perhaps I should review the recipe.
I may have expected too much of her to begin with.
Ah, it didn't work. Sad face. But now I guess we've got your cool puppet dude. Yay. I mean, we're going to have to use them at some point, aren't we? FP costs 60, we can afford that. Nice. We've got a jar and head guy. Can we upgrade him right now? We need Ghost Glove Ore. We don't even have Ghost Glove Ore 1. What is this madness? It's a good thing we did pick up that bell bearing.
Greetings. Are you here for spirit?
Because now we can upgrade our friend. Up to +5, no less. Impressive. Now, next stop should probably be the sealed tunnels in Limgrave, because we do want the next bell bearing for smithing stones. And maybe we'll have a dust up with this gargoyle that comes down. I know I've said before that he's probably not worth fighting because he's not a boss as such, he's just a big bugger. But we could use some practice against gargoyles in general. Come on then, friendo. Yeah, you're the worst. Ouch. Probably want to stay underneath him. Generally speaking. So these big whirlies just fly over our heads. That was nice. Oh, he's got an axe now. Has he just broken his thing in two? Jeez, the guard broke. That's no fun. Yeah. We need to get some stamina back. Lovely. That's a bit of a waste of flask, but sod it. That was too slow. And that guard counter miss. Yeah, bit of a weird fight this, with the old elevation changes and obstacles in our way. But we'll pick away at him. Get some extra stamina on the go, because why not? And yeah, charge attacks are getting some of the job done. Oh god, is he powered up? Ouch! Yeah, that's what happens when we let our guard down for just 1 second. But yeah, staying up his, right up in his grundle, that's stopping most of his attacks from hitting, which is lovely. And we've actually got a guard counter off there. Even better. Thinking about it, we don't even need these equip load talismans on at this point, do we? Because we've got way more endurance than we need right now. So I could probably put back on the curved sword talisman and get my guard counters doing more damage. And we finally staggered him. Took like most of his health bar. We've got ourselves a Gargoyle's Great Axe. So he does have loot after all. How good is it? A lot of strength. Doesn't require much dex. Deals just regular damage, no holy, no physical, just physical. I mean, it's pretty cool. What's it look like? Oh, it's short. Look how short that is. Ugh. God, no. Why would we want an axe when we could have a halberd that's just basically a really big long axe? But still, at least that guy's not going to bother us next time we come up here. Oh, actually, yeah, we can afford to take off one of our talismans. Do we not have the curved sword talisman on Noob? How have we not got that? Guard attacks is basically one of our things. Charge attacks, though, also one of our things, I think. So yeah, maybe we'll go with the old charge attack boosting talisman for now. Now, you just poison land squirts. You look a bit different. But no, just poison. And so for not the first time, and definitely not the last time, we find ourselves in the sealed tunnels.